Flip-flops at the beach, Crocs at the pool, hiking boots for the mountains. There are so many activities in the summer with the right footwear is absolutely crucial. Here today with us is Dr. Rebecca Sikora with Triad Foot and Ankle Center to talk about avoiding foot pain this summer, and we all want to avoid that. All right, first up, what difference does the type of shoe that we wear have on our health?
Hi, thank you for having me. The type of shoe on our foot health is very important that we wear. Our feet are our foundation, so making sure we have the right support for our foundation is incredibly important to prevent foot injuries, foot pain, even pain farther up in the body, like in our knees and hips, and even in our back.
All right, I think
making sure we have that good support is very important.
Yeah, I think sometimes we just slip on whatever happens to be easiest, right, without thinking about it. So let's talk about some health issues or some types of pain that could result from wearing not the most supportive of shoes.
If you don't have that support, it can lead to things like plantar fasciitis, or lead to foot deformities like bunions and hammer toes, or injuries like ankle injuries or tendon injuries in any part of your foot.
Okay, none of those things sound fantastic because that means that you're going to be off your feet, right? All right, so flip-flops are big this time of year. It is summertime. This is what people wear. Let's talk about that being a choice and how we need to be careful when we wear those flip-flops.
Yeah, so flip-flops, you do want to be careful. Most flip-flops that they make are pretty flimsy, pretty flexible, not very supportive, and not very helpful for our feet. Getting in a good pair of shoes that is supportive, that has a nice arch support, is going to be more helpful. Also, that has some sort of protection. Flip-flops obviously don't have a lot of protection for you, so that can cause problems too down the road. When you're looking at a shoe, you want to make sure it has good support and not super flexible. So I have an example here. You can't really bend this one in half. You can only bend a little bit at the toes, and that's really important to make sure that you got enough support and protection in that shoe.
Okay, so are there do's and don'ts when it comes to flip-flops, or is it just don't?
Mostly don'ts for those really plasticky, flimsy flip-flops. Those are not going to be your greatest choice. They do have more supportive shoes out there that are still cute, because I know we like to go for the cute options. There are more things out there that if you just kind of do that little test and make sure they have that support there, those are going to be better options.
All right, and let's talk about like the regular summer activities and then what kind of footwear we should be wearing. So first and foremost, let's do like out hiking first.
So when you're hiking, it's very important to make sure you have that support because you're going to be on your feet for long periods of time. Usually you're walking for quite a while. So making sure you have a good arch support. If you are prone to ankle injuries or anything like that, wearing something that's a little bit higher, more of a hiking boot, is going to be really helpful, just to kind of prevent any twisting of the ankle, especially on those terrains that are a little bit more treacherous. And in general, just as long as you have a good supportive tennis shoe, that's going to be more helpful. Don't want to be on the trails in any sort of flip-flops or sandals.
And I have seen that 1,000,001 times, flip-flops on the hiking trail. All right, how about the sightseeing or like at an amusement park? Because those are usually like asphalt and we're usually hot, and so I'm seeing flip-flops there too.
And in general, as long as you've got a good supportive flip-flop, that can be more helpful, but it's going to be better for most people to wear a tennis shoe or something really supportive, cushioned, that is going to get you through those long days of walking in the amusement parks.
Okay, going for a run, I'm guessing just running shoes is the answer?
Running shoes, walking as well, a good running shoe is going to be the most helpful. And you want to also be mindful with running, more so than walking, you're going to wear out those shoes more often. So getting into a new pair of shoes regularly is going to be important.
Yeah, and I think we don't do that either. We just wear them forever until they're like coming apart. Okay, so riding a bike. I know I see a lot of kids in my neighborhood, they're riding their bikes with their flip-flops or their sandals or really just barefoot because it's summertime.
Yeah, so you also want to wear some sort of tennis shoe or something protective when riding the bike, because you can easily get an injury from the bike with a sandal or flip-flop. And it's also going to be good and more supportive for your foot as well, just to have something more protective and supported.
Okay, let's talk about walking on the beach because we all want to do that if we haven't done that yet this summer. So are there times when we should be wearing a shoe and times where we can just nix the shoes?
So in general, if you're just lounging on the beach, walking back and forth from the ocean, it's probably okay to go barefoot. If you're going to be doing longer walks on the beach, or if the beach is kind of long to get to where you need to go, wearing something supportive on your feet is going to be helpful, especially with those that have problems already, are prone to plantar fasciitis, are prone to other foot injuries and things like that.
Interesting, because I always, thought that that was just like good exercise for my feet, but I need some more support. Okay, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.